Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of the Three Geeks podcast. Today, we are joined by Kathleen Wass, who is the co-host of Funny Science Fiction and probably one of the best parts of that podcast. Welcome to the show.
I'm totally taking that. I mean, my competition is Tim and Nick, but still, I'm taking it.
The shot's fired.
I get it. It's the token girl thing. I mean, obviously, I'm the reason people watch the podcast. I get it. And that's the only reason they keep me is there's a girl on that podcast. I get it.
I don't think that's true.
No, I have just decided to steer into that skid. So if somebody says it, I'm like, I already said that. No, you're late to the show.
We've covered that. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's up,
We've
Nick?
covered the fact that I'm a girl.
Apparently, you weren't listening for the entire podcast.
And your point is not valid. There you go.
Today we have Hallea Jones joining us for the second hour, and she is promoting Staunch Cast. And Brian sent me a nice little thing last night that I want to take a second and show our audience. So everybody, get ready for the Staunch Ambition Kickstarter trailer. Here we go.
Hello, all you beautiful independent comic book fans. It's Brian Lau, and I'm back at it again with Staunch Ambition's epic double-sized issue 4.
Mind-bending. Chemistry.
If you're new to Staunch Ambition, this is the perfect time to come aboard. Because now you can get the full Season 1 story either as individual issues or the combined 128 full-color remastered trade. This trade's going to come with everything. You're going to get the full story, you're going to get all of the standard and variant covers, remastering the lettering, the dialogue, the colors, you have bonus material, beautiful new wraparound cover, and if that wasn't enough...
Hey, it's Hallea. You may know me as Eden Hawkins from Netflix's Locke and Key, but I'm incredibly excited to partner with Brian over at Staunch Ambition to bring you music, a little bit different from what Eden Hawkins is typically used to. I'm also incredibly honored to be illustrated as Commander Rael, and I'm very excited for you all to watch the series, and you gotta read the series, because it's a comic book. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed Staunch Ambition and the music that I am working hard to put together for it. And make sure to share with your friends and family and fellow comic book lovers, and let's get this thing off the ground and up into outer space. It was so cheesy, but it worked. Okay, bye.
And as always, I want to offer you Kickstarter supporters a version of the book that no one else can get outside of Kickstarter. We have the variant cover of issue 4. These are numbered and they're only available during the campaign. So make sure you pick up a copy before the campaign ends. We also have a few left of the previous issues. Those will only be available on the add-ons after the campaign when you're filling your reward out. In fact, if there's any item that you wish was in your rewards, you'll have the opportunity to add it after the campaign. I want to give a special thanks to all my loyal and patient fans. After issue 3 of Staunch, I changed gears and I did this one-shot graphic novel, True Stories from Real Detroit Firefighters, called Infernal City Firehouse. If you don't have a copy of it, I highly recommend picking it up in this Kickstarter. I have some exciting movie news that I'm going to be able to share with you soon as I get permission. So stay tuned. Thank you for checking us out and all your support. Take care.
All I got to say is, Brian, I know some geeks that want to be in said movie if said movie is actually going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to say, Max, it's pretty cool that Hallea and Brian met on our podcast.
Yeah, no, we made that happen. That's they owe us some money.
We take royalty checks.
Did anyone else get like new job? That's like the new hire video. Like that's the vibe I got from that. I don't know.
Please wear. This is an OSHA violation if you do not wear your helmets at this point.
Welcome to Staunch Ambition. We send you to the space station. We have to go over some basic facts about what you'll be doing.
Wear your helmet at all times.
And don't forget, emergency exits are located here and here.
No, that was good. I definitly went and got the trade. I got on the Kickstarter and got the trade as soon as I saw that was up. Because I hate single issues. I mean, Brian's awesome. The comic book is awesome. But I hate single issues because it's just not enough to read, and then like they end up everywhere. So yeah, I was very excited about the trade, so I definitely signed up for that.
Shauna, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Kathleen is awesome, and Tim, nice to see you in the.
Let's
comments.
hope Tim joined after we were trash talking.
It wasn't that bad.
Tim,
you don't
Kathleen said you were the worst.
I didn't not say that.
It was mostly implied, but also.
Right? I didn't say it, but I did not say it. Sorry.
She did imply that funny science fiction should be called Kathleen Wass's funny science fiction. So,
Heavily implied.
It's not billing. It's not a bad thing. But yeah, I'm so happy for Brian and Hallea being involved. Hallea is a great musician. It's super funny on Instagram. I can't wait till we get to talking to her later. But we have Kathleen with us. Kathleen, tell us about yourself and how you got into podcasting.
Oh my gosh. So my husband and I have actually been friends with Tim and Shayna for, 4 years, 5 years, something like that. And so then when Drayton started the Facebook page, the Funny Science Fiction Facebook page, which now has over 126,000 members. We're pushing 127,000, which is amazing. When Drayton started that, Tim actually sent us both an invite to the Facebook page. We are now mods of the Facebook page. I love you, Tim, I promise. You know, Kathleen and Sci-Fi's. I don't hate that.
It sounds like a Josie the Pussycat style.
Get off! No, so then when they started up the podcast, they actually asked for my husband to guest co-host. He guest co-host on the episode with Ryan Airy from Screen Crush. And that was really cool. Like, he loved doing that. But my husband is a behind the camera kind of guy. In front of the camera, he was not at all comfortable. He is my tech support. He helps write my questions. Like, he is my support for this, which is fantastic, especially since I'm using his audio equipment.
He's your guy in the chair.
He is. He is my man behind the curtain. But then Tim asked if I wanted to guest co-host. He actually wanted me to guest co-host on the episode with Julie Dolan, but he mentioned Dan Povenmire. And I'm like, I want that one. I want to guest co-host with Dan Povenmire. I'm like, that is Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I mean, come on. Not that I don't love Julie Dolan, not that I don't love her work, but it was the...
That's what we heard.
Phineas and Ferb!
Yeah.
I totally get it. I totally get it. Everything I say is going to be misapplied and misconstrued. I'll play the dumb blonde card at some point, I'm sure. No, so just after doing the episode with Dan, and then it was the, hey, so do you want to do this episode with Josh Pruitt? I'm like, sure. Because Josh Pruitt is a huge Doctor Who fan. And Tim's like, I know nothing about Doctor Who. You know things about Doctor Who? I'm like, yes, I do. I will totally do this. And after that episode, he's like, you know what? Let's just keep you. Really?
Yep,
really?
Your audition was well received.
Right?
And, we'd like to invite you on.
Real quick side question is, who is your favorite Doctor?
David Tennant. Totally David Tennant. Which, I know. But in my defense, Doctor Who started in 2005. The remake started up in 2005. I was 13. So when David Tennant took over, teenage girl hormones took over. I can't help it.
For David Tennant?
Yes.
I don't see it. I don't.
And I know also
heartthrobby.
I mean, she just wasn't old enough for the awesomeness and manliness that was John Pertwee. So, you know.
And it's funny, is like my parents have watched Doctor Who, so when they revamped it in 2005 and it came on BBC America, and my dad's like, no, you're gonna watch this and you're gonna like it. And I'm like, excuse you? I'm gonna what? And so that first episode with Christopher Eccleston, the Rose episode, and the plastine, and I'm like, what is this crap? Like the first half of the episode, I'm like, this is the stupidest crap I've ever seen. I'm like, really? Living plastic? That's what we're fighting against here? And by the end of the episode, it was I need more. When does the next episode come out? How many more episodes of this are there from the past? I need all of it.
Yeah, he was my favorite Doctor, and then he only did one season.
I know.
And then Tennant comes on, and I didn't really like him, but I was like, it'll only be one season.
I know, and then he lasted for 3.
Like 5 seasons.
The greatest lie of Max's life. David Tennant was only one season.
And I think, too, because he's been the one that's had the biggest chunk in the new run, he's got the biggest selection of episodes to choose from. So, I mean, everything from Blink, which is a spectacular episode, to The Children of Time with all of the companions coming back, there was a lot more plot development available for him versus the Doctors who've done one season. I mean, we did not get enough Christopher Eccleston. He could have done more. He could have taken the Doctor's character so much further, but he didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't want to.
No,
it shows the career-defining go to Heroes and be on Heroes for a little while instead of staying on Doctor Who.
And to save the cheerleader, save the world.
Oh,
God. I love Heroes, but that was not necessarily the best choice for him. I mean, the Doctor or the Invisible Man, which is really going to make the bigger impact in the sci-fi world.
It's just, man, I was like, I like the whole deal, and it's like, he changes, and then I dug that whole thing, and then I was like, okay, David Tennant, here we go, you get your run, you had one season, we'll see you later, and then like, no, I'm gonna hang around. I'm just gonna hang around. I like it here. We'll swim in these waters a little bit.
Right?
It's Hoovy and checks cash. Yeah, that's great.
Right?
Really.
Like, I dig a steady paycheck. We're just going to stay here.
And I think, too, because David Tennant had mentioned in an interview at one point that he made the choice to leave, but then also kind of regretted it because he realized he could have taken the character further. Mm-hmm. But he also wanted to give the character a chance to develop again. But he also, I mean, he got love out of it. I can't blame the guy for that.
Fair, all right. I'll stop.
I mean, he got a lot more recognition from that than like Broadchurch. So yeah.
Right. Or anything else he's been in. I mean,
that really worked out for me. Hating David Tennant because he's the bad guy in Jessica Jones, and I was like, all right, I already hate the villain. Like, this is great. Like, we can
see, and I think it was so much fun watching him as Kilgrave in Jessica Jones because it was I love him as Doctor Who. I loved him as Casanova. I loved him as Hamlet. You're disgusting. Yeah. What is this nonsense? But he makes such a good bad guy.
Yeah, I agree. I like him as a bad guy.
He was also good as Barty Crouch Jr., but that's just a different story.
Yeah, that's true. For like 5 minutes of screen time.
Right? He deserved more. But you get what you get.
Well, that's awesome. I was lucky enough to be on Funny Science Fiction, and if Max and the other guys get a chance, that it'll be great.
I promise we're nice and we don't bite.
But that's only because we internet.
Staunch Ambition says, "Cool video and Kathleen is even cooler." Fun.
I wonder why Staunch Ambition likes the video.
Yeah, really.
The first time in my life I've ever been called cool. Cool is not something I identify with.
But again, how good was he as Kilgrave and Jessica Jones?
He was amazing. He was amazing.
That's my favorite David Tennant is him as Kilgrave.
Yeah.
You should.
Because you can hate him, yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, it just worked, but I also felt like he did a really good job.
He does. Yeah, he does amazing as Hamlet as well. Like, I know Shakespeare is not everybody's favorite thing, but he is spectacular as Hamlet.
I don't know if I can deal with whiny Dutch boy.
I did watch that one. What I didn't like is that they tried to modernize it, so he does most of his soliloquies to a camera,
right?
And, I mean, to like a security camera that's like mounted on the wall. And I'm just like,
See, and it was difficult with the modernization, but still keeping the Old English. But I liked how they modernized it versus how they modernized the Romeo and Juliet movie. At least
Yeah.
there were no
Oh, yeah.
guns this time.
Yeah.
Grab
But
this
it's
wall.
like,
it's a 9mm.
every time that one famous theater does Wagner, and they have to like modernize it,
Mhm.
except for the time that they did it with sock puppets, and that was very, very strange. That's
I
a
would be
thing,
down
guys.
for
trust
Hamlet
me.
sock puppets.
Hamlet sock puppets would be fun.
You think you are, and then you get to like an hour and a half in, and you're like, why am I watching Hamlet done by sock puppets?
I want to watch everything done by sock puppets.
Yeah, like you'll at least give it a shot. At least.
Yeah. I
Sure.
mean, in small doses, not bad.
I love puppets.
We just need like that was such a random sentence.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason.
That soundbite was
Yeah,
wonderful.
that's
I
good.
love puppets.
Jason's like, I wasn't talked to enough lately.
Oh, terrible.
Emo Elmo.
That's dark.
He's still trying to figure out who Barty Crouch is. So.
No, I'm just gonna move on. I have no idea who Barty Crouch is.
Harry Potter, man.
He was in Harry Potter for like 3 minutes, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The briefest of moments.
Although the tongue flicking thing in the Harry Potter scene, the whole 3 minutes he's on screen and he does that freaky
Yeah.
little, ugh,
May be uncomfortable. Yeah.
so gross.
All right. Well, we got topics.
All right.
We got a lot of cool stuff.
You spent
Max and
16
I,
minutes talking about David Tennant.
Does somebody get a puppet, Jason? Are you okay?
yeah, Kathleen, she asked me for the topics like 2 weeks ago, and I sent her some. And I'm like, we don't do topics per se. We just do this. this is what we do.
Yeah.
But
You know-
I do have some topics.
And it's so funny versus funny science fiction where we have a Google Doc. We have a script. I mean, it's a
running
guideline.
thing, yeah.
It's a guideline, but we have like a script that Tim sets out for us, which is nice.
You have a ledger.
Or haphazard around here.
Yeah, I think it's really just that Tim realizes that if he doesn't try to keep me in line, things are gonna go funky really fast.
The
It
rain
could
is
get
real.
dangerous.
Get back to disco. 70.
Well, my hair's big enough for it. I might as well.
Good. Yeah, you do. Rollerblading everywhere. Yeah, great.
My hair was born in the wrong era. It's okay.
What topics we got, Jason?
Oh, we got all the topics. First, I want to plug that Max and I have a review for Spiral and Wrath of Man dropping tomorrow. Spiral is the new Saw film, and Wrath of Man is the latest from Jason Statham. So,
And Guy Ritchie.
And Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie is more important to me than Jason Statham.
Yeah, that's
watch the review.
yeah.
I liked it. I watched it.
Oh, you watched it? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I want to see it because of Statham, but we got the review for that tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Batman is coming back to animation from Bruce Timm, who did Batman the Animated Series, producers J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, who is doing the current Batman film. What do you guys think of this?
I don't know about J.J. Abrams. That's the only where I'm just like,
I'm excited for it. I think it'll be fun.
But yeah, I mean, it should be good. I love Bruce Timm, and I love Bruce Timm animation, so all hail the Timmverse.
You can say what you want about J.J. Abrams directing. I know that he's polarizing in some aspects with Star Trek and Star Wars especially, but I really like his TV production work. I'm a huge fan of Alias, Lost, Fringe. Fringe is one of my favorite shows, which I'm currently rewatching. And
I don't like any of those things.
I like
I like some of those things.
Max hasn't seen, I don't think you've actually seen Lost or Fringe.
I have seen Lost. I watched some of Lost, but then they went back, and then they went back to the island, so they're not lost anymore. So I didn't understand what the show was about.
Yeah, lost me once they left the island.
They are
Well,
relaunched.
they're still lost in their minds. That's why they have to go back.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can use a word like lost for that. It's a bit harder when you have Prison Break. But I digress.
Yeah.
They lost a viewer for sure.
Yeah. They lost a couple viewers.
Max, you might like Fringe. Fringe is pretty good.
Don't
It's
listen
got
to him,
pasty
Max.
in it. That's got pasty in it.
Well, I know a lot of people that like Fringe. That was actually one of our old co-hosts' favorite shows, Philip.
Yeah. Fringe started out okay, and then they added alternate worlds and maybe time travel, and I just got confused and bored, and I left.
There was no
I'm
time
not
travel.
with time travel.
The
There
parallel
wasn't?
universes
Oh.
were in it from the beginning.
From like I don't know when they brought in like Leonard Nimoy and then to try to explain the plot. I was still confused. I just stopped.
The show becomes super complicated, and if you're not watching it, you just shouldn't be watching it because you can't just have it on in the background.
I don't feel like I'm missing.
I really like Super 8. I love it when JJ makes his own things. And as a producer, I'm down. And I like Matt Reeves a lot. He did the Planet of the Apes, I think the first one, and he did some other really cool stuff. I think Kingsman. Is that Matt Reeves?
The what?
Kingsman?
Oh, okay.
The first one or the second one?
Hold on, I'm fact checking myself.
The first one was worth it.
Because if he did the first Planet of the Apes, that doesn't wow me.
Matt Reeves, he did the first Cloverfield, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War of the Planet of the Apes, and the Batman, which I like all 4 of those things.
Yeah.
Well, the Batman isn't out yet, so we'll see.
I
we'll see on
myself.
that.
Yeah.
I am preemptively.
He preemptively likes it.
Yeah.
No more for me. I'm done preemptively liking things and then going home sad.
See?
You take your mom to this one, Max?
No, never again. Never again.
I feel like there's a story I'm missing.
There's a big one, yeah.
Batman versus Superman. I was like, I'm gonna take my mom, because I love Batman. Batman versus Superman is great. They're pulling from Frank Miller, who I also love. This is gonna be wonderful, isn't it? No.
That movie was a crap show.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So I was talking to Max yesterday when we were leaving Spiral. I'm like, should I watch Army of the Dead or should I just wait for the inevitable extended edition and just watch that?
I watched it. Yeah. I liked it.
How was Spiral?
Spiral's okay.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it a little bit more than Max, but we both liked it. Chris Rock is
How
not.
did everybody else see this and not me?
Oh, I haven't seen Spiral. I thought it was Army of the Dead. I was about Army of the
movies.
Oh, okay. I don't go to the movie. It's scary there.
Max and I went on our family outing with the kids.
Oh,
goodness.
It's one of those. I want to see it, but I have a 2.5-year-old, and I'm not taking her.
Oh, bring her.
She's a Saw movie.
Right? Yeah.
Appropriate.
There's Chris Rock. He's always been known to be very.
Yeah.
Probably the most uses of the F word I've heard since Pulp Fiction.
Wow.
And there's a Pulp Fiction reference in the movie that I actually caught. I never catch references.
That is true.
There's so many other ways that I can inevitably make it so that my child needs therapy growing up, and Spiral is not one.
I asked my daughter when we left, I said, did you figure out the ending before the ending? She goes, yeah. I said, when? She said, when they showed us. I said, that's not figuring it out before they showed us.
When they showed us.
Yeah, that's one of those that, like, when HBO Max does the, hey, you can watch this, I'll be like, sure. Because then I can pause it.
It's absolutely that. Like, if you stay at home and wait for Spiral, like, you're not really
missing out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay at home.
You don't have to see it right now. Like, you're really not.
Yeah.
Don't find a sitter for this one.
And that was the thing, is like, after, what was the last one, 8? I didn't think they were really going to do another one.
15.
Well,
I think Chris Rock
they're not actually making Saw movies.
Got so excited about it.
Right, and that's the thing, is that it's from the book of Saw, because the Saw story is over.
Yeah,
but,
no, I think Chris Rock wanted to try his hand at like the detective drama thing, and he's like, well, what will get people to come? It's a Saw movie, you don't really need to have. Like, if you take off the name Saw, like, it works on its own as, like, a whole other thing. You could really name it anything else.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Assassin's Creed movie.
It's a social commentary movie made by Chris Rock.
Yeah.
It's a social commentary movie made by Chris Rock, yeah.
The movie needs social commentary. Not bad social commentary. I completely agree with the message of the movie.
But does it beat you in the face with it?
No. I mean, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, it's just like a guy is
certain people in the face.
A guy is murdering bad cops. That's the social commentary.
Oh, okay. So it's like the one Dirty Harry movie.
So
sure,
bloodier with more swearing.
Spiral, a Dirty Harry story.
So they're trying to make a
starring Chris
serial
Rock.
killer vigilante that's not Dexter.
Right.
Oh.
But it's totally Dexter.
Oh.
But he only.
Speaking of which,
and he rides around in a small tricycle.
So speaking
Well,
of
that's obviously just the easiest way to get places. Tricycles are
Yeah.
super helpful.
And most stylish, also. I
Yes.
feel like,
While wearing a pig mask.
I mean, it's pretty cheap to chrome out a
Yes.
small tricycle.
yeah. You know, he'd be like balling when he gets the big wheel. You know, like
The single big wheel and two very small wheels behind it.
Unicycle?
Speaking of HBO Max, it looks like the day and date release is going to be coming to an end soon because HBO Max, along with all of Warner Brothers, was purchased by Discovery Plus. Yes, the station that brings you 600-Pound Life and the wonderful Dr. Now and all of the HGTV, Flip and Flop, and all that stuff now owns Warner Brothers, and they got it pretty cheap.
well, yeah,
Because
because Warner Brothers
AT&T
mostly sucks.
Well, AT&T, they were pretty, admittedly, like they did this so that Warner Brothers could grow the way it's supposed to grow because AT&T admits they were in over their heads when they purchased the streaming service and a huge studio because Netflix spends hundreds of billions of dollars every year in content. HBO was getting, or AT&T was giving Warner Brothers $2 billion to make content for the year for HBO Max. And that just, you
That's
can't
not
compete
enough.
with that. So, Discovery Plus, the guy that owns Discovery Plus, I mean, whether you like the shows or not, he obviously knows how to run business because his business is working.
Right.
So, and he's already promised a lot of money to Warner Brothers to help fix HBO Max. He's doing a lot of correcting right now. He's reaching out to all the creators that were upset with how the day and date thing happened without them being consulted and all that. He's trying to make amends so that Warner Brothers actually has people that want to work with them instead of all the people that they, kind of
Isolated.
isolated. That's a better word. So I don't know how this guy's going to do at Warner Brothers, but anything's better than the way we've been doing it. And I want somebody else in charge of DC because whatever you thought of Justice League, we need some help because there's like 3 movies that I've legitimately enjoyed from Warner Brothers in the last 5 years, and none of them were in the Snyderverse except for Man of Steel was one of them. And I just
You like the recut?
I thought the recut was okay, but I'm saying, the reason I'm saying that I want Warner Brothers in somebody else's hands because I want the artists and the directors to make their movies, which is what this guy is promising he's going to do. He's going to let the creative teams have a lot more say in what they're doing, and
Right.
that has
They all say that.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Then you're gonna get like 5 big screen adaptions of like the flipper flop house shit things.
Yeah, like Flipper Flop the movie, Flipper Flop versus the Property Brothers.
Yeah, or like I don't know. Like,
I watched that. Max would watch that.
I wouldn't go to the theater to watch it.
Whatever.
Jigsaw
That's
edition.
depressing.
They're locked in the basement.
yeah.
I text Max, "Hey, Listed or Love It came out in theaters today. Want to go?" And he'd be like, "Abso-fucking-lutely, let's go! It'll be
I
fantastic."
mean, like if it's like Tuesday and I've got nothing better to do, maybe.
You're such a liar. You would totally go watch.
Maybe.
Movie theater
I mean, we're not-
popcorn. It's worth it.
We're not that far from it now because we've got like the Practical Jokers movie and all those.
I watched
It's just
that.
practical home maintenance movie. Throw some bad jokes in there and just have
Okay.
Tim
Just
Allen.
have more nail
I'm
hammering.
with you, Dan. I'll watch Property Brothers, Impractical Property Brothers. I'll watch that.
I watched that. Too.
Impractical Property Brothers.
Those guys make me laugh.
I built a castle on the side of a cliff.
Out of
Practical
popsicle sticks.
jokers.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're actively trying to screw up the construction site.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like, we just put this wall up.
And it's made of cheese.
I built my whole house out of vintage Lincoln logs.
Yeah.
I want to see that too.
The pipes are full of cottage cheese. What do you do?
Max, you've got some great ideas. You
Eat
should work for
cottage cheese,
HGTV.
apparently.
I'm trying to pitch them. I've been trying to pitch them for years.
We're
now,
doing
but maybe-
all of this for somebody who sharpens colored pencils for a living.
Yeah. For the needy.
Yes.
What I'm interested in is DC Warner Brothers animation. They used to be like the pinnacle of animation, and they have fallen very
So
far.
far.
So if they get some good animation back, I'm down for that. Again, like Chris
Netflix
Timm.
animation is beating them.
Yeah,
Well,
for sure.
You've enjoyed the last few, so it looks like they're kind of coming back up a little bit. Maybe.
No, I
But
mean,
not.
super funky Batman. It was awesome.
Yeah,
that was pretty fun. But no, and it's not been like, okay, I freaking love this. It's just like, oh, now we're stepping in the right direction again.
Yeah, now it's not completely terrible.
Yes. So yeah, they do need a lot of work there. They do need to shake it up. So, and we'll see how it goes. But it's better than staying how we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they can make Batman Ninja too.
Good God. Don't say such blasphemy.
See, and I loved the 90s animated Batman series.
Okay.
Like, it was an after-school show. That was why I watched it. And I obviously love Harley Quinn. I mean, well, who doesn't? Crazy people who don't.
Judgment.
Yeah, really.
So much judgment. And I think
crazy people don't love this crazy person.
I love the idea of them bringing more Batman. There should always be more Batman.
Yes, absolutely.
Always.
It should always be more Batman if they do it well.
Right. Yeah. Again, like if we're having more Batman,
that's the thing.
Right. Yeah. Give me good Batman, not
just
crap Batman.
But it could be like they're doing with Star Wars now. They just keep shoveling in the Star Wars, and
I'm watching
something's
Bad.
okay. Me too.
And okay, so this Dave Filoni guy, I can't stand this guy. So he's in charge of Clone Wars when it came out and all that stuff, right? So then Mandalorian comes out, and now he's like cramming all of his Clone Wars characters into the Mandalorian. And then he has this next Clone Wars thing come out, and he's cramming all his Mandalorian characters into the fucking thing. I'm like, stop it! Stop it!
Well, Max, you may not like the direction that he's going in, but he's been in charge of the Mandalorian from the beginning as well.
Yes. And I was like, okay, so for the first season, they're like, we don't know if it's gonna work, so he didn't want to put his little grubby little hands all over it. Come at me, bro. Come at me.
Tim, I've got you first for your Lost comment that I didn't get to comment on earlier.
That is true.
So Max is in line.
I still got beef with Tim over his Jean-Claude Van Damme comment.
Man, Tim, I don't know.
Okay.
You're
Tim, we need to have him on a live. We need to do this.
I'm just kidding. Tim's one of the nicest guys in the world.
Geeks
Just
showdown.
It's cool.
because his opinions are wrong doesn't mean Tim's not
Yeah,
a nice guy.
everyone's you have to have somebody who's just blatantly wrong on the podcast, or else what would we talk about?
I mean, he's come a long way in his wrong opinions. He could continue to grow.
Oh yeah,
I believe
has
in
he
him.
come a long way? Because it doesn't seem like it.
He has.
Wronger and wronger, I think.
But so the assassin. Oh God, what's the chick's name? I can't remember the actress who played. Can't remember her name, but she played the assassin. Got shot in the gut. Brought back by Boba Fett in The Mandalorian.
Mm.
Yeah.
She's in this latest episode of The Bad Batch. Spoilers. And it's okay. I liked the first episode because it was dark, and I was like, okay, this is a little different. But now it's still just kind of for kids, and you still just get like,
Hey guys, hold on
for
one second.
kidsness.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta respond to.
You don't have to put this stuff up.
No,
Like,
no, you don't.
I gotta respond. Hold on.
You don't.
You've lost your balls.
Jeez.
There it is. Enough said.
Continue, Max.
Set 'em up.
Like, this is a whole galaxy. It's a whole galaxy we're talking about. So things can happen in some place that don't have anything to do with things that happen in another place. Like they're a whole galaxy apart. So I just wish that they would like let things be their own things and save the mixing for like an Avengers style like.
Hey Max, how far apart are they?
But
Galaxy apart.
Yeah.
Like from here to here.
It's a very small
But Max-
galaxy. It's no wonder they're mixing so
The
much.
microcosm of a galaxy. Yeah.
But they're very
Everything
tiny.
else that
It's
happens-
a huge space if you're very, very tiny.
everything else that happens in the galaxy doesn't matter. It's just this handful of people. They matter. Nobody else does.
Yeah, like
Is your name Skywalker? No? Oh, you don't matter.
you don't matter. This doesn't. Nothing else concerns you. Are you in any way affiliated to somebody named Skywalker? Then no one cares.
It's just like, is your name Harry Potter? No? Okay, bye. Go get eaten by a, giant tree or something. I don't care.
Everybody grabs a drink at the same time. That's great for.
Cheers.
Silence. No, it's fine. We just have to be done. We're taking a break before we revamp ourselves to continue bashing Tim.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure it's going to happen.
There's some little hand signs. We love Tim. I
haven't been watching Bad Batch. It's okay, but it is just more Clone Wars.
I kind of dig it.
That's
just
her name.
I've only seen 2 episodes of it, but it's all right.
Bad Batch is not like a good rug. It does not tie the room together. I disagree. They already have. There's already a big snafu. I personally don't really care, but I read some stuff where people are mad because they changed the dude from Rebels. They changed his story of how he escaped. They retconned it for Bad Batch, and I'm just like, here we go. What are you doing? You didn't even need to do that. You didn't need to do that. Why did you do it? Well, it's one of my characters. I'm going to cram it in there.
Yeah, Tim. Max, I get what you're saying, and I've heard that from a lot of people. But Max is not really a fan of the Filoni verse, so him saying that it's not tying
the felony verse.
It's just
felony verse is more like it. It's a goddamn crime.
It's a very small list of things Max likes.
Max wasn't.
Yeah. It keeps shrinking by by the day.
He thought Rebels was slightly better, and then he loved Mandalorian, and that's about where we're at, right?
So Max is just your token grumpy old man, right?
That's right.
Yes. Yeah, it's
untrue.
Walter
Untrue.
Matthau. Max is a black Walter Matthau.
I want to like things. I want to like them. I really do. It's not my fault that I can't.
It's not my fault that I can't.
Just let it go. It's okay to like things, even though they have flaws. It's okay.
The 3 Geeks intervention of Max.
Oh, God. I don't feel like I'm being unnecessarily harsh.
Now come over and watch Evangelion again.
No, never again.
I call Max consistent. If I know someone's not going to like it, I just know Max is not going to like it.
At least you can count on him for the consistency. That is nice.
Yeah, it's fine. Consistency.
I'm generally a happy person.
He is until we talk about
anything.
Until you bring up anything. Yeah.
How's your day? Good. Let's talk about magic. I hate everything.
I'm sorry, Max. Do you argue about what color the sky is too?
No, the blue is a perfectly fine color.
Okay. We found a thing he's okay with.
Max does think the Earth is flat, though.
No, don't even. That's not even a funny joke.
We should push that line. We should totally push that line.
No,
Max is a flat earther.
Oh, man.
No,
yeah,
absolutely untrue.
I know a guy who can make T-shirts.
I take offense.
Oh, nice.
Actual offense.
You are.
That's cool. We can make. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Dan. Finish.
We can make Max as a flat earther T-shirts, and then people will come up and be like, "Who's Max?" And we're like, "There's this podcast you got to watch."
And hear him defend how he's not a flat earther.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave the podcast. That's fine. I can just leave the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so Saj the Boss, you get to transition us to our next topic, which is MODOK. Oops, wrong. MODOK. Have anybody watched MODOK?
I didn't get to either.
I completely forgot to watch it.
Sorry,
Great topic.
Anymore.
Dan, did
Good job, podcast.
Right. I've never been a big fan of MODOK, so you didn't really catch me. But.
Well, I feel like this is a good take on it, but because I heard what's his name? What's the guy who plays MODOK's name? The little geek guy.
Oh, God. I know who you're talking about. He was on King of Queens. The little, the guy, his wife just died. Stand-up Patton Oswalt.
There we go. Yeah, I saw.
That was a long way to get to that.
Wow. You should do that more often, please.
Yeah. No, I saw an interview with him about MODOK, and I was like, I kind of want to watch this show. And then Jason's like, can you watch an episode for the podcast? I was like, yeah, I could do that. And of course I didn't. But
consistency, folks.
But no, it sounds like a good take on MODOK. Like, it's very self-aware.
I knew my t-shirt guy would have us covered, guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
Matt,
Tim,
how big is that glass of beer?
Not big enough, bud. Not big enough to deal with Tim and all his shenanigans.
It's what, a foot tall? A foot tall? I think it's about a foot tall, George.
Yeah.
The size of Max's hand.
Yeah. That's helpful. Thank you.
It's only a tall. It's all right.
iPhone
The
11.
size of a phone.
It's bigger than an iPhone 11.
Yes, Tim.
But I'm
I
an
am
Android
too.
guy. Come on.
I made the topic and I didn't even watch it. Kathleen, did you watch MODOK yet?
No. Okay, so in my defense, I asked for topics like Monday, and I got them Friday.
Yeah, we don't do Monday.
The whole day. Yeah.
We have
Tuesday,
refused to
maybe.
acknowledge the existence of said day.
I didn't even know what you're
Flat,
talking
there's
about
no Monday.
until
Yeah,
48
the
hours
Earth is
ago.
It's not like
flat.
the Earth.
The Earth is
I
flat
know.
because of Monday.
I used to do it, Tim, and I used to write a nice little page and a half of notes for the podcast, and I tried to keep us on the notes as much as possible. But then
seeing what you're working with, I understand.
I'm offended.
I get
No,
it.
but I think chaos. I think
I'm
chaos
not.
is more fun.
No, it's like my thing is though when Jason provides me with like a list of notes, like I was just like, let's see how far I can get off of this. Like,
There you go.
These are the topics, and I'm going to be over there.
and Muppet.
Yes.
Did you hear about Kermit?
When in doubt, Muppet.
Stop it! Stop showing that.
Jason just finds the most inappropriate pictures like all the time. Anyway,
Yeah.
what
That was
else?
actually a throwback
MODOK seems
to the-
cool. What else do we got?
We got the new Highlander.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Henry Cavill.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah. They
I liked
only
him.
one.
I liked him in The Witcher.
He's really good in
Yeah.
Witcher.
Is it going to be a reboot, or is he just be in the same universe as the other Highlander stuff?
Probably a reboot. I think the other one got too convoluted. I think they'd have to.
I don't want them to be aliens anymore.
See,
I want them to be aliens.
I know you do. I know you do.
Oh, hell yeah, I do.
Were they still aliens in the TV show? Or
No.
did they just like not mention it?
I hope they
No,
mention
but okay. So the way this goes, in the first one, they're just guys that are in this tournament, right? The second one, they're all aliens.
Mhm.
The third and the fourth, wait, no.
I
Third
couldn't make it
movie,
to the other ones.
just throw out the window. Then the series, they're all back to just regular guys, but now they have a bunch of rules and they got watchers like Buffy. And the fourth movie is complete trash because there's these new immortals and they have the audacity to fight all the old ones, like more than one-on-one.
Right.
So
they cheat.
instead of just taking them in a group, Connor McLeod comes back and lets Duncan behead him, so Duncan can have his power to take on a group of the other guys.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just team up? Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that doesn't
exactly.
make sense.
It's
Yeah,
dumb.
kill me real
No,
fast.
you
They
see,
power you.
They couldn't do that because they didn't have The Rock and Jason Statham to discover the power of Samoan teamwork by the end of the movie.
Yeah,
power
and
of
have
family.
and then they can carry cars with
Yeah,
helicopters.
yes. See the power. Like I said, you don't even understand the power of
You're
Samoan
right.
teamwork.
You're right.
So we're saying Statham should be playing the Highlander or the Rock.
No, God, no.
So the-
No, like I'm iffy on Cavill. I really don't want Statham. Okay.
But
They are
if,
saying that they're not clear whether it's going to be a complete remake or just a reimagining. So we're still not
What
sure
does that even mean?
what crap they're giving us yet.
Like Halloween, where they ignore all the sequels and they just make the.
I mean, that's fine as long as it's not Rob Zombie's Halloween, where they just remake
new
everything
Rob
but
Zombie
make it
in
dumb.
Highlander.
The new Halloween. man.
That might
sounds
actually
terrible.
work. Rob Zombie as the Kurgan.
Look, all I know is
Yeah.
if a pack of Highlanders shows up led by The Rock and Jason Statham and they're all Samoans, like there's no point in even trying.
And they're
no
all
point in even
Everybody's
trying.
screwed. The good guys just all behead each other, and that's
Yeah,
the end of the movie.
like just
They're
commit
just
Highlander
spreading
seppuku.
Samoan blood. The Pacific Islanders just around. Just
They're unstoppable. Okay, that's all I can tell you is they're unstoppable.
I'm gonna make Dan's head explode. I've only seen Highlander 3.
Oh,
That
Only?
doesn't surprise me.
My buddy,
I am so used to you saying, "Oh, I've never seen that." And I'm just like, how did you get through
But
life
who
without
hurt you? How did
seeing
you
that on
jump
TV?
the actual decent movie to that?
Okay. I've said this before
Yeah,
on the
I mean-
podcast, but I'll talk about it again. We have a friend named Amit who's been a guest host on this
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
numerous times.
Yeah.
And Amit had a video card, and the only thing he would rent was Highlander movies. And one day I was staying the night at his house, and he rented Highlander 3, and I thought I was good.
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite the story. It was a sojourn, Jason. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was great. I should have made some popcorn, but I
But
didn't.
to be
and now
fair-
I'm hungry.
Dan and I like a lot of the same stuff, so for that, I will go and check it out this week, and I will report
Yeah.
back next week.
And go
Highlander
watch
1.
Highlander 2, but find the
Don't watch
theatrical
Highlander.
version.
Don't watch
2.
Highlander 2.
Oh, how did you so bad?
Actually, you don't.
Look at Dan's face. He
if
was
they're-
like,
Highlander 2 is amazing.
if they're remaking Highlander with Henry Cavill, really just wait for that. Like, you don't need to watch any of the other Highlander stuff.
Oh, what? Okay. The first Highlander has a wrestling match with the Fabulous Freebirds, which, if John was still on this podcast, he would know what I was talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's totally unnecessary to watch. You see?
See, my question
Yeah.
about all of it is what they're going to do for the soundtrack. Because
Yeah,
the Highlander
see,
soundtrack
It's
was
Queen.
amazing.
Yeah.
it was Queen, right? It was
It is Queen.
Yeah.
All Queen.
Go onto Spotify and find the A Kind of Magic album. That's the whole soundtrack.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, Princess of the Universe is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Let's do a little pump.
There's that
Really
really slow
curve
"Do You
it.
Want to Live Forever" song. That,
Yeah.
There is no replacing Freddie Mercury, so I don't know what they're
Yeah,
going to do for that.
Well, it's just not going to be as
AC/DC.
good. Like, there's nothing to be done about that. You know, like you just. Yeah, he's dead. You know, like what are you supposed to do? Like they can't.
Smallest, whitest Samoan ever.
They call him Junior.
He's not actually Samoan. They kind of adopt him, sort of, into Samoan.
they kind of adopt him.
Welcome to the show, John Wass.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I want to take a quick moment, and I want to share with the Three Geeks audience something that John, Justin, and I have been working on for the last 6 months, and it's finally coming out. And it's something that we take a lot of pride in what we did. And I want to let everybody check it out, and you can tell us what you think. I'm not going to mute us, so you guys can still talk. But,
Yay! Talking over commercials.
Yeah, I love that.
Here is a project that we've been working on. It's going to be 10 episodes.
I like how they added that title scene. It was good.
Larry's on fire.
I got Larry to talk about his
Is he supposed to be
childhood.
muted? Are we supposed to be able to hear Larry?
The volume's really low.
Yeah, it's
You
real
can
low.
stop talking.
I don't think that would help you.
Quit making sense, Kathleen.
Yes. Yes.
I just don't think any amount of volume we didn't talk would have helped that.
Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
fixing it just
That's
then.
also true. Are you?
Yes.
The billboard
There you go.
fire kept on spreading into the empty lots. It was getting bigger and bigger.
He's talking
What's the
about-
So we
fire?
tried to, not the hell with the billboard. It seemed more important to stop the empty lot fire, the grass fire that was starting to go. She described it to me. She says, I burned my eyebrows off, my eyelashes, all the skin on my face was burned off, and the hair around here. So I must have looked really fucking well. I mean, you've seen burn victims.
This is Larry as a child
Wars.
starting fires.
That's why I'm telling you this story, because sometimes you think people are stupid and they're really brilliant. And that's
Sometimes they're
where we
stupid.
were at. The guy, he looks, and he was smiling the whole time. And he goes, yeah, can we buy? And he goes, no, they don't even make them anymore. And we don't have any. There aren't any. So I go, and we're very depressed because we got to get to college. We got to get to college. And Carl, first of all, he's not to be taken lightly physically either. So he just got up and he goes,
Carl.
okay. And he was just alone. I'm sitting there and my fraternity brothers have turned on him. And they're going to grab him and pass him down to the band. They thought that would be so cool. So I had to make a choice, So, all right. So I stood next to Carl. So when I stood next to Carl, my fraternity brothers
Well, check out our interview with Carl Gottlieb.
Make a calculation.
Self-plug.
And they thought, well, it's going to be too much trouble if Hankin's going to 2 against 10 is not fair. So let's back down. Basically, that was their.
But 1 against 10 was okay.
Yeah, 1 against 11 is fine.
They love their brothers, but they're chicken shit. Okay, cool. But they left them alone. So that was kind of but that kind of cemented us because I stuck with him.
It's very well curated.
Yeah, so
I know.
So when
I'm growing it back.
so we were together the rest of
next week.
the time in college. We kind of hung out together because we were brothers in battle.
I love the end that they showed.
They did a really good job there. Yeah.
Hold on, Max. It gets better.
As Larry.
Yeah, because
this is the best part right here.
Sit, Ubu, sit.
Good dog.
Oh
my God, I missed that.
That was old. Yeah, that's old.
I miss Ubu Productions.
So I remember we started this project, and I'm like, Larry, we gotta start with your birth. Like, we gotta, because he just wanted to do the Hollywood stuff, and I'm like, we've heard the Hollywood stuff. But we gotta talk about, you setting fires, the billboards, and burning down barns. And
he's got so many good stories too.
Yeah, no, he's a real cool dude. Like, and I really dig his art. Actually, like you said he started painting whenever, but I was looking at some of it. I'm like, I might actually buy that. Like, it's
for sale on his website. So
there's some good stuff over there.
Yeah.
It's like my price range.
Like Tim mentioned, he was on Funny Science Fiction too, and they had a lot of fun talking to him. I wasn't involved in that episode, but that's okay.
He's a good dude. Yeah.
Maybe next time. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's fun to talk to.
But you can find that project at patreon.com/Larry Hankin. Please go support it. But Kathleen, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. Where can everybody find you online? And it's not because you're female, it's because you're super funny and a great co-host. Anytime you want to join us, I think I speak for everybody that the door is open for you. Because you
speak for your damn self.
I was going to say, I don't think Max is going to want me back.
I hate everything.
You fit into our chaos perfectly. Not a lot of people can fit into our chaos, and we don't have very many people come on as guests in the first hour.
I have to actually shout out and thank my big brothers for that. I have 2 older brothers who are 12 and 10 years older than me. I can fit in with any chaos. After that, it's like, I'm good.
That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Well, if you don't tell them, Tim, it'll be fine.
Yeah, like don't
start nothing. There won't be nothing, Tim.
Don't start the seance and we'll be fine, Tim.
Tim, I introduced the interview part of that. The rest is on the company. That's all I'm saying.
But you can definitely find Funny Science Fiction at Funny Science Fiction Podcast on YouTube and all of your other podcast places, including Scene Snobs. We're part of the Scene Snobs network now, which I'm so proud of us. I'm so excited. I think Mick may have made a huge mistake, but he'll figure that out eventually.
Oh, I hate
Mick. I think that every time.
I thought that when he first said that it was okay for us to be on Scene Snobs. I'm like, you're making a huge mistake. And then I watched more of the shows, and I'm like, no.
Oh, that's hurtful.
We fit right in. We fit right in.
I think we're better than those guys that are on Sunday at noon. We'll be able to rise to the top of the snob.
We've got the Monday at 7 spot. Come on.
Prime time. What about to watch? NBA Finals? I don't think so.
No. And we do have a live tomorrow night at 7 with Comic Book Couples Counseling. They are joining us tomorrow night. So that's going to be fun. And I'm sure we'll talk about Bad Batch because that's what we do. We talk about Star Wars and everything else. I don't know. We also have a game planned for tomorrow night, and I don't know what our game is yet.
Wow.
Tim probably knows.
Yeah, Tim, get on that. Sit on the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Right?
We have a Google Docs for the games.
In all reality,
Add all the
it's probably
sums together.
in the Google Docs, and I just haven't looked at it yet. But
Kathleen must be the wild card.
I highly recommend the show. It is one of the things I watch every Monday at 7. Especially, if I'm home.
One of the things at a very specific time?
Yes, I do.
I like to watch 4 things at once.
I watch Entertain This and the Scene Snobs, and Crossing the Streams are the ones that I can usually make live. Everything else I listen to and repeat. But
and then Our new episodes, our recorded episodes, go up on Tuesdays. So I don't know. That's what it was. I remember. I may have looked at that at one point.
Adaptations to the screen. Ooh.
So Spawn?
Punisher.
There will be all sorts of. But if you watch it live and comment and join us. It'll be fun.
All right.
Thank you so much, Kathleen, and everybody else. We will be back in 5 to 6 minutes. Talk to you soon.
Talk commercial, take 5. Hey, Jason, have you ever been accused of a crime?
I have not yet, John. But if I ever was, there's only one man I would call, and that man is Benjamin Matlock.
You would be right to do that because he's a guy that can certainly clear your name of any accusations that come your way. It doesn't matter, man, if you're accused of, say, I don't know, murdering your ex-husband live on your TV cooking show, or using a pair of scissors to stab your business manager to death, or maybe you sneak into your landlord's office and off him overnight during the Christmas season. Matlock can get you taken care of. And you know what? He's also a dude that is the subject of a pretty cool podcast called Matt Talk, right, Jason?
Yeah, he is. And I'm so glad John just aired out all my dirty laundry. But it's great to know that when I stab my landlord or I, commit any crimes, I can call the one man. And that one man is Benjamin Matlock.
That's right. And you can check out our podcast called Matt Talk every second and fourth Monday of the month. It's available on all of the podcasting platforms, including Anchor. Just go to anchor.fm/Matt Talk. And it's available through the Facebook page. Of course, that is at Matt Talk Podcast. And you could check out every single episode when they drop. And real soon, it'll be available every Saturday at noon through the Scene Snobs channel. Just look for the Scene Snobs, on Facebook or thescenesnobs.com. Jason, tell them about the email and the Twitter account, please.
You guys can email us anytime at benmattalk@gmail.com. That is benmattalk@gmail.com. One more time, benmattalk@gmail.com.
You said that for a decade.
Email me. Let us know what you think of this commercial. Let us know what you think of the episodes. We have some great interviews with Lori Lathine and
Linda Pearl and Scott Valentine and a ton of other great episodes. And by the way, check us out on Twitter. We're just got on Twitter at MattTalk_podcast. And so, ladies and gentlemen, check out an episode. And as they say in court, nothing further.
Hi, I'm Casper.
And I'm Becky Grimlin.
And we're the hosts of Don't Fuck With the Original.
We are a spoopy horror podcast that pretty much covers everything under the genre.
We cover haunted locations, we cover true crime, cryptids, movies, anything you can literally think of. We are all over it.
Everything spoopy.
On Wednesdays, and why?
Wednesdays are for podcast. Thanks, guys.
Hey everybody, it's John Orlando from the PVD Cast. Are you wondering where you can find my podcast? Well, it's real simple. Just go over to pvdcast.com, the online home of yours truly, or it's available through all of those major podcasting platforms. Just search for it in Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iHeartRadio app, and don't forget that every single Monday night at 8 o'clock, I do a live broadcast of the week's episode of the PVD Cast through the Facebook page. Just go over to facebook.com and search for @PVDcast and join me every Monday night at 8 p.m. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get on out of here. So I'll chat at each and every one of you later.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan, and I'm here to tell you guys about thescenesnobs.com. We're a channel of variety, comedy, entertainment, geek-related, sports, the whole 9 yards. We cover almost every genre. And we have so many great shows to choose from. We have shows like the Scene Snobs Podcast, BTB Podcast, The Guapo Show, the Sports Snobs Podcast, the PVD Cast, Jeff Dwoskin presents Crossing the Streams, the Three Geeks Podcast, the Fandom Effect, We probably have the only Matlock-based podcast called Matt Talk, and we're introducing new shows all the time. We have new shows coming up like the Ear Hustling Podcast, Carpool Shenanigans, and of course, From Some Nobodies, Twitching Upstream, and Talking Upstream. So come on, check out thescenesnobs.com, enjoy it, and please leave feedback. Like, follow, subscribe us, and just let us know what you think. We love to have all the interaction. So I, again, am the Scene Snob McManhattan. Check out thescenesnobs.com. You can follow us anywhere on social media at The Scene Snob, and we will talk to you guys soon. Take care.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Gunnar Quaylen.
I'm Jenna St. Clair.
From churchofsecrets.org.
You're listening to John, Dan, Scott, Max, and Jason
On the Three Geeks Podcast.
and Justin.
Have you ever thought about going into voice acting?
I remember like halfway through the first time I was on the cast with them and like realizing that they only did erotic stuff. I was like, oh.
That live cast was one of the funnest hours of my life.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Those guys are fun.
This is something.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them back on here shortly because I could talk to them for weeks. Actually, I can just let them
Oh,
go.
yeah.
We can all
Yeah,
take
they can
it
just
out.
talk. That's great.
Just let them do the Three Geeks podcast for us.
Yeah, that's fine too.
But who will be angry? Like they're not angry enough to do the.
We can figure that out amongst the four of
Need
us.
someone to be angry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ah,
We'll just copy that. We'll just make that.
Every 5 minutes, we'll have matches
like
pop
a-
up on
yeah.
the screen.
We'll just tell them to hit the button
I
every
hate
now and then.
everything.
It'll be fine.
I wish I was happy with this.
I want to be.
I know you do. I know you do. You like to like things.
I do.
But do you?
I do. It's not my fault. I hate everything. Okay, I'm just misunderstood.
I think it kind of is.
I didn't choose this. I didn't choose this.
It chose him. It chose him.
I don't know. I mean, it's like the new Conjuring trailer, with the kid who's like, "Oh, I think I hurt somebody," and then he pleads not guilty because he was possessed.
Yeah, the devil made me do it.
It's just a roundabout way of saying you're not taking.
No, but you don't decide if you like spaghetti or not. You either like spaghetti or you don't. You don't make the conscious decision to like it or not. You just do or don't. I can't help it that I hate everything.
That's the most aggressive thing I've heard all day about spaghetti.
Yeah. I mean, spaghetti's usually pretty passive, It just sits there and expects you to eat
Pretty
it.
limp.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Some would say it's hard to mess up.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh.
Hey, my main man.
How's he doing? How's he doing?
I have not watched a single thing about him in a while, but I hopefully.
Yeah, but you went downstairs and checked on him, didn't you?
Oh, he's eating. He's eating.
I don't choose violence. Violence chooses me.
He sure does. He sure does choose violence.
Understand the spaghetti struggle might change your mind. Perhaps.
I mean, I like spaghetti. I'm a spaghetti fan.
Anytime you got to boil something for a long period of time, it's unfortunate.
All right, everybody.
Having a bad day.
He's been around for a while.
If you guys have any questions about Locke and Key, please go ahead and start sending them in. And any questions for Hallea, send them in as well. Or topics until Hallea gets here. Feel free to send those in.
Yeah, that also works.
All of our topics.
We're just killing time with spaghetti at this point.
We don't need topics.
Well, did we exhaust all of them? Though?
We're a pasta podcast now.
Yes, we have gone through all the stuff that I had planned for the day, but it doesn't mean we can't talk. There's always stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
3 Geek Spots done.
Have you had linguine lately? I love linguine.
I don't know that I have had linguine like ever.
Ever?
Really?
Yeah,
I enjoy linguine.
I think when we have the next
awesome.
podcast,
Clam
I think we should do a lunch with the four of us soon. And I would like to go get Italian. I know Max doesn't want to do Olive Garden.
No, we're not doing Olive Garden. I won't show.
Are you against,
I won't show.
are you against like a Buca de Beppo or something like that?
Sure. No, the last time I ate Olive Garden, it was not a good experience. So I'm not ever.
No.
I just love the passive aggressiveness. Like, I won't go.
I mean, like hey, how's that passive aggressive?
Hold on. You know what pisses me off about Olive Garden?
Violence, chat.
Every time I go in there, they're like, no matter who I'm with, they're like, "What's the occasion?" And I'm like, "I just came here for lunch. If this wasn't an occasion, I wouldn't be here."
Right.
Last supper.
It's fucking Olive Garden, people.
I've never been asked.
Shut up and give me rolls.
They must look at me like this guy's miserable. He doesn't have an occasion.
This guy eats Italian food.
Yeah.
Just let this guy sit down.
And they're like, "Wow, this guy dragged himself out of his house. Like, it must be something going on. Is it your birthday?"
Yeah. Giovanni, we need more breadsticks.
Just fill him up with salad.
What the fuck
I don't care about this poor guy.
What?
Max believes in zero chill. Like,
what the fuck is chill? And I don't believe in zero chill. I have no idea of the concept of it.
Yeah, Max can't be chill. I'm chill.
Pasta.
Yeah, pasta.
Yeah, I go with pasta.
Is there a difference between those two things?
Well, I think he's being very specific.
Well, I mean,
do you just want spaghetti, or do you want the range of pasta? I would prefer more options.
Yeah, I'll take more options.
And yes, there are many, many more options.
But I mean, all pasta is really the same. I mean, it all tastes pretty much the same, right? Like spaghetti tastes the same as
I mean,
the bow tie noodles or whatever, right? Like
the noodles taste the same. Yes.
Can we ban
it
this?
Depends how weird you're gonna go, because I mean, you can go gnocchi, which is the potato.
That'd be different.
Little knuckle. Yeah, those are awesome.
I prefer Asian noodles. I like udon noodles. If we're going,
Three Geeks cousin. Yeah, that's right.
How do we?
Asian.
It's not Italian chat.
Yeah, he already wrote half of it. Leave him alone. He already wrote it before he started talking about Asians.
Gotta be quicker on the draw. What kind of production is this?
Oh God, it's the same thing again.
Go backwards, Max.
Whatever. I'm just trying to get with the times. I'm trying to be Asian friendly.
Asian
They make good noodles.
And anime.
I'm making lasagna today.
Huh?
I might make some lasagna today.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, I thought lasagna took a long time to make.
Oh yeah, frozen lasagna, Max.
Oh, okay. I got
my family would go over the grade.
You're gonna cook lasagna.
Yeah, no, my Italian family would be disowning me if they knew that I had frozen Italian meals in my freezer.
Good thing you're not telling the whole internet.
Yeah.
The world now knows of your frozen.
That's exactly how much his family watches his podcast.
They'll be there before the podcast ends, just knocking on his door. Like, you're not cooking that.
No, I know it was you, Jason. I knew.
They don't know who Batman is.
Whole veto for him. Just, do not go fishing with your family, Jason.
This is gonna wake up this big horse head in his bed.
He's just praying in a boat in the middle of the lake.
All because you had a frozen
calzone.
I'll do calzone. I'll do
lasagna.
Calzone.
I don't like calzones.
Calzones are more portable. I feel like they're
more portable.
Yeah.
Just calzone on the go.
You can't eat a calzone when you're walking down the street.
No.
You get it all over.
Yeah,
my God.
You get 2 pieces of garlic bread, cut it in half, and then you put the lasagna in the middle, and you have a very high calorie meal. But it's
you get a thing of lasagna in the middle. It's gonna just run down. Down your shirt as soon as you take 3 steps out the front door.
Put it in a wrapper.
No, that is a calzone.
Yeah, you made a calzone. Just do a panini press.
Kinda.
Well, calzone doesn't have sauce in it. You have to dip it in sauce.
I feel like we can make exceptions.
Yeah.
I can carry the calzone and the dipping sauce, walk down the street, dip the calzone, eat it. I'm good to go.
I would love to see the use case of Max walking down the street eating calzone. Just like going to the comic store.
I hate everything.
But not this calzone.
Just like a Star Wars billboard. Like, Star Wars? I hate Star Wars.
I don't though.
But I love portable Italian food.
Like, I love the idea of Star Wars, not necessarily the execution of Star Wars. I put my art up.
Everything.
I see that.
I finally did that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Star Wars,
nice.
I got a lot of fun Star Wars art back here.
That I hate.
I like all that.
Yeah.
I hate this one. I hate this one.
I really hate this one.
I really don't like this one.
Yeah, these guys at I think it's called 13th Floor. They do like these cool like old war photos, except it's Star Wars. Like, I really dig it.
That's cool.
This is very cool. Very, very, very cool.
And Fat Thor is over there.
What's that?
Fat Thor.
Is he?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, you're right in his belly button.
Pillsbury
You're in
Doughboy.
the navel of Thor.
Where the fuck is Hallea?
we're spiraling into Fat Thor conversations.
We played a commercial and everything. God damn it.
Oh, yeah, roll the commercial again. God damn.
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna make us laugh now.
Favorite Star Wars game? Mine is actually Dark Forces. The original Doom-like Star Wars game.
Weird one.
I think mine's KOTOR.
Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, for sure.
Yeah. I'd have to say the first Battlefront.
Okay.
Not,
That's a good one.
Not
That's
the
a good
newer
one.
ones, the
The
old
PS2.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe I forget if it was called Star Wars Empires or not, but it was the RTS one.
I think
for the PC where you could just terrorize the ground troops with the ATSTs like for hours.
That's awesome.
That's fun.
What's your favorite, chat? Good question. Favorite Star Wars game?
Star Wars Empire at War. And yes, I always wanted to play that. I never played it.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Huge fan of
Yeah,
RTS.
it's on Steam and GOG.
Okay.
I love GOG.
Yeah. GOG's cool.
I have GOG too. I share it with Philip.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. This is how much
Good old games.
Good old games.
.com.
Just older.
Just GOG.com.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Please
I love
sponsor us now.
I love StarCraft, so I don't know why I wouldn't love Star Wars the RTS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a
But
lot.
you'd probably hate it because you hate Star Wars.
Oh, that's true. I hate everything. So
yeah,
there's also that.
Man, I feel like there's some salt now. I feel like we're digging in some salt mines from that.
Yeah.
That is also true. I just can't stand a fucking thing on this planet. This flat fucking planet.
I want a whole podcast of what makes Max happy. Like 2 hours of just stuff that makes Max happy.
13 whole seconds.
Oh,
just be Max. You'd be like,
it's just you drinking beer. It's just like, this is good.
Beer that I hate.
Yeah, the beer is good.
And then you losing an MTG online, just like I love this.
Oh my goodness! I was losing right before I came on the podcast.
Yeah, Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max was complaining about it when we were doing the Spiral review. He's like,
What's
I thought
going
I
on
could play a quick game before we did this review, and of course, it's going really slow for once. He's like, usually I can come on here and lose 3 games in 5 minutes, but
like if I got like 4 hours to kill, I'll lose 400 games. You know, like, and they'll all just be like, "You're done. You're done.
Yeah,
You're done."
yeah,
and then like
of course.
I was like, "Okay, I got 5 minutes. I can lose 3 games, no problem." And then the dude's like just taking for fucking ever, and I still lose.
That's the worst. You waste your time and you lose.
That's how Rocket League feels for me. I know the game is timed, right? like they're all supposed to be the same length,
right?
but doesn't feel like it.
No. I wish I was better at Rocket League than I am. That game's a lot of fun, but I'm just like not a professional, so it's like I'm not any good.
Well, my tag says I am now. I'm just not.
Yeah, like you get that over time. It's cumulative.
Yeah.
I need to start playing Magic online. I really do. I really like playing Magic.
Yeah, it's
You know
fun.
what? I'm looking forward to actually playing Magic, like
Everything's opening back up.
Facing somebody, that'd be nice.
I think the 28th, they're like opening, like Wizards is saying you can do live events and everything again, and they're supporting that stuff. So that's all coming back.
It'd be interesting to see if that just spikes just because people have been locked indoors for a year. You know what I mean? Like the first couple of months are huge.
It's weird though. Like Magic didn't slow down at all.
No.
As far as like card purchasing. But yeah, we'll see when people can actually play. You know how much more they come out and play. But yeah, like it like people were still buying all the cards. Like that didn't slow down at all.
Yeah. Also, I think it's interesting that like, you know, people bitch about Hasbro buying them, but it made me come back because the cards are prettier. And
the only thing,
you know, they did some neat stuff.
Godzilla lands downstairs.
Yeah, like the Godzilla stuff is cool. Like the crossover stuff is cool. But what I don't like is like they have like, okay, now you can buy the draft boosters or the set boosters, or you can get the collector's boosters, or you can, you know, like.
I do miss the one box. Like you're just getting one box. Everyone has the same box.
And it's like, oh, you get this hyper foil thing, and all the foils curve and stuff like that. So that's the only thing I don't like about Hasbro. So I can see them money grabbing with the rarity stuff and doing that. But also again, like I did enjoy the Godzilla cards. Those are fucking awesome. They got the D&D set coming out here pretty soon. That's going to be fun.
But they always kind of money grab with the rarity ones. They just weren't as pretty as they are now.
Sure.
They always came out with like, you know, Masters set this thing with $18, you know, 12 card packs. Oh boy.
Yeah. But like I had not in my experience seen like 7 available versions of the same card, like when the set came out. Hi, Hallea.
Dude, like.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay.
You're in the woods.
I was walking to get groceries. I'm so sorry. I was just like, I've been gardening all morning and totally just haven't even looked at my phone. So Brian's like, where are you at? And I'm like, hello.
That's cool. Everyone needs groceries.
Did you get your iWatch taken care of?
Yes, I got a new one. They're sending me a new one, and then I'm gonna go and scrap whoever took mine downtown and get back, which I don't think is gonna happen, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, Hallea has a huge social media presence, especially on Instagram. She was making ice cream a couple weeks ago, and the Instagram feed is hilarious. Like, it is super funny. Like, you need to do more comedy, which I finally have seen Locke and Key in the episode where they made your character do all the stuff with the box. That was fantastic.
Thank you. That was mild in comparison to season 2, I must say.
Awesome. More comedy than coming?
Yeah, I really leaned into Eden being the kind of character who is just so out there and funny, and I'm really proud there were some times that I got the whole crew cracking up. So I'm hoping that I can get the audiences out there cracking up as well, because it was so much fun just make her so crazy. And not play like this standard pretty popular girl this season. So yeah, definitely more comedy to come.
I can't wait. So a year ago, almost to the day, you met Brian Lau on our podcast, and a bunch of wonderful things has happened. So what's that been like, working on Staunch Ambition, the music, and being a character essentially in the new book?
It's been so much fun. It's been really cool to explore putting my music to a project, because I've never done that before. It's always been free-flowing, inspiration from my own mind and my own soul. And so putting it to imagery, which I already see imagery in my head when I'm coming up with things, but to put it to already like penciled down imagery like Brian and his partners have made so beautifully with Staunch Ambition was a really good exercise, and I enjoyed it.
Nice. I can't wait to hear the music from Staunch Ambition.
Yeah, there's one song that I've been really focusing on, and then there's another one that I'm kind of playing around with. But the one, it's called Welcome to the New Enlightenment, and I just kind of tweaked it up yesterday, and yeah, I'm excited for you guys to hear it as well.
That's fantastic.
Awesome. Good time.
But you did a special project for me a couple weeks ago, so I want to say thank you very, very much for sending me that file. That's much appreciated.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I hope that she liked it.
I think so. But so what's coming up next for you?
Life of the actors, never knowing. I'm basically focused in on music. I'm doing season 3 work. So I've been busy with that. A lot of post-production stuff that I've been doing. And yeah, just like a lot of gardening, as you probably know from my Instagram. I went crazy on this morning, just completely taking half of my overgrown bushes and stuff apart. So that's how I keep calm on my days off.
Nice. So I got a question. So back a few months ago, you went on Instagram. You were talking to some guy that you liked. Did you ever hear back about that?
Dang, just calling her out. All right.
She got super honest about this dude she liked, and I'm wondering if he ever saw it and got back with him.
Wow, dude's been listening.
Love over Instagram.
Funny enough, this is who I am, okay? I really don't I don't care. This is hilarious. So I actually worked with him, and he had a girlfriend. So I had to I wasn't gonna be a homewrecker or anything, but it was chill at work. It was fine at work, but he knew, and I knew he had told his immediate coworkers, because on set you have different pockets of crew depending on lighting, props, sound, all that stuff. And he and his coworkers, every time I walked by his coworker, he'd be not even him, his coworker would. I knew he knew that it was about him. And so, months later, 2 weeks ago, I heard that he broke up with his girlfriend a couple of weeks ago. And he went back. I know, yeah. He went back into the highlight reels because I saved it. Because so many people were like, "Oh my god, this is hilarious! I want to watch this when I'm having a shitty day." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll save it. It's in my highlight reels." He goes back into the highlight reels and comments on the story. He's interested, single, lives alone, COVID-free. Interested, which was
I love that you have to throw that in there now. COVID free. It's
yeah.
These are the times.
So he checked it all off. He was yeah, these all apply now. And I'm like, oh my god, you went back in and checked these all off. This is hilarious. But the problem is, I'm in Aries and I have no attention span longer than 2 weeks. So, I was I'm also not in the place right now where I really want any kind of relationship or getting into anything. My relationship is music and my career right now. So I was I'm so flattered. We can hang out, we can go on a walk or something, but I don't know if I'm there anymore.
This dude just dumped his girlfriend. I'm gonna go date Hallea Jones. Nah, bro, you had 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Nah, I've got the bags from the star. I'm sorry, I gotta leave you.
There was a window, and you missed the window.
There's lunar things with this, and you missed your window.
Yeah, you can help me pull some weeds.
That's why I felt so bad. I was I don't want to have him be oh my gosh, one of the lead actors on the show is hitting on me. I'm gonna go break up with my girlfriend, and then turn around, and then I'm not interested in it like that.
It's
I was sure to be
carry my fertile. I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah,
oh man, that's awesome.
Problem, but
you got promoted to lead. You got promoted to lead for season 2, right?
Not technically lead. I was just series regular, but I was in a lot. I was in almost every day. And Gabe and Eden's storyline, I won't tell you much, but It's so much fun. Like, we had the time of our lives filming, and like Griffin Glock, who plays Gabe, is like the best co-star you could possibly have. So I had a lot of fun working with him, and my favorite part was honestly being able to go into work every day and see everyone and get to know the community of people and put on Eden's outfits and just like not be Eden when the cameras aren't rolling, and then just like turn into this like crazy chaotic chick. I love it. So
so you said you're in post on season 3 right now?
I'm on post on season 2, and we're filming season 3.
Oh, okay. So you're still working on season. Okay.
Cool.
Yes. Yeah.
How are the COVID regulations different between seasons 2 and 3? Have they lightened up at all?
So not really lightened up. I think things like masks are gonna stay around for years to come, quite honestly. They're now doing rapid testing instead of the 48-hour testing. And overall, like they're kind of like shifting things slowly, but it's the mentality of better safe than sorry. So yeah, they do everything. Like everyone who comes into close contact with us is still all PPE'd up and stuff like that. And yeah, overall, just there's a lot of things. I'm really grateful that as a new actor in the industry, I got to experience season 1 being, you know, no COVID, like getting to see what was like to be on a TV show without COVID at all. And then season 2 was just like hardcore COVID. You know, we were one of the first productions to go back into working. So yeah, it's been really interesting.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of behind the scenes stuff. You guys, the cast seems very close because I'm also friendly with Jesse Camacho through Twitter and texting.
Yeah.
And
Jesse's amazing.
Yeah, he's a lot
of his stuff.
Yeah, that guy's a character.
I gotta say, I've been collecting a lot of behind the scenes footage. So that's gonna be a whole thing I'm gonna be releasing when the show comes out, is a complete like mini behind the scenes film of the experience of filming season 2 from Eden's perspective.
That was sweet.
Yeah. Get to see all this stuff pre-CGI, which is kind of like, I'm hoping that I don't ruin anyone's experience.
We've seen too much.
Yeah. Gonna have to figure that one out, but yeah.
For those that are just joining us, I want to show you the project that Hallea is currently working on with our friend Brian, and we'll be right back with Hallea Jones.
Hello, all you beautiful independent comic book fans. It's Brian Lau, and I'm back at it again with Staunch Ambition's epic double-sized issue 4.
Mind-bending. Chemical.
If you're new to Staunch Ambition, this is the perfect time to come aboard. Because now you can get the full Season 1 story either as individual issues or the combined 128 full-color remastered trade. This trade's going to come with everything. You're going to get the full story, you're going to get all of the standard and variant covers, remastering the lettering, the dialogue, the colors, you have bonus material, beautiful new wraparound cover, and if that wasn't enough...
Hey, it's Hallea. You may know me as Eden Hawkins from Netflix's Locke and Key, but I'm incredibly excited to partner with Brian over at Staunch Ambition to bring you music a little bit different from what Eden Hawkins is typically used to. I'm also incredibly honored to be illustrated as Commander Rael, and I'm very excited for you all to watch the series, and you gotta read the series, because it's a comic book. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed Staunch Ambition and the music that I am working hard to put together for it. And make sure to share with your friends and family and fellow comic book lovers, and let's get this thing off the ground and up into outer space. It was so cheesy, but it worked. Okay, bye.
And as always, I want to offer you Kickstarter supporters a version of the book that no one else can get outside of Kickstarter. We have the variant cover of issue 4. These are numbered and they're only available during the campaign. So make sure you pick up a copy before the campaign ends. We also have a few left of the previous issues. Those will only be available on the add-ons after the campaign when you're filling your reward out. In fact, if there's any item that you wish was in your rewards, you'll have the opportunity to add it after the campaign. I want to give a special thanks to all my loyal and patient fans. After issue 3 of Staunch, I changed gears and I did this one-shot graphic novel, True Stories from Real Detroit Firefighters, called Infernal City Firehouse. If you don't have a copy of it, I highly recommend picking it up in this Kickstarter. I have some exciting movie news that I'm going to be able to share with you soon as I get permission, so stay tuned. Thank you for checking us out and all your support. Take care.
I gotta ask, what's it like working with Brian?
It's great. He's so meticulous about the work that he does, and he cares so deeply about it that I feel like I'm a little devil to work with, because I just get so in my head about things sometimes where I'm just like overthinking things and then being all like, oh, I don't know if this is good enough. But Brian is so lovely in assuring that the process is not always easy, but it's worth it, and to keep going with what I'm doing. And so he's been a great partner to have in creating something I've never done before. So this is something so new to me, and he's been really patient and really lovely to work with.
So is all the music, is that from you, or does Brian throw out ideas and so forth?
Pardon?
I said, is the music all from you, or does Brian kind of give you some ideas as far as the story and stuff in the book?
So Brian gave me a few ideas. He played some things on the piano, and while I did take those into consideration, I get most of my inspiration from Splice. So Splice is like an online library where it's like a monthly subscription, and you get a bunch of loops and things that you can put into your music for free without, like legal problems or whatever. So I'll go through that and it's so cool. Like, it's Spotify for like music samples, and I'm not a very strong instrumentalist, so I can find like full loops of things. So I would go through that in the cinematic kind of albums that people have put together and find something that really resonates with me and the images that he gave me. And then when it came to lyrics, I asked him to send me 10 words that he felt defined Staunch Ambition, and then I put those into lyrics, which is where Welcome to the New Enlightenment came from. Metaphysical experiment, supernatural experience. It's like a daydream that you can't leave. So that's the lyrics for the chorus that I put together. And yeah, he's been really great in just like bouncing back and forth ideas.
I've seen the 10 words that Brian sent you. He forwarded me an email of some images from the book.
It was like 20.
Yeah, he sent you way more than 10 words.
Those are none of the words. Like, that's crazy. He's like, you know what? These words are better.
He put like 10 numbers, and then he put like 3 words within each number.
That's not how 10 words works, Brian.
Okay. But hey, it worked. I mean, the more the better, because it helped me really get a grasp on what he was trying to get across, and kind of the experience that he's built with this comic book. So for me as a lyricist, it's so important that I get the message right. Even in like, standout words, if it's one phrase that somebody hears in passing and they don't hear the whole song, I want them to still understand what's going on with the elements of the song. So it was really helpful, honestly, like the more the merrier kind of thing. So I'm not pressed about it.
No, that's really interesting to me though, because like I've always known Brian to just be this weird guy. So I'm glad that
so weird.
Professionally, he's a lot better.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that like like, yeah, totally. Such a weird dude. I'm such a weird gal. Honestly, I have friends who are like the weirdest people, and I love them for that, because people who aren't weird or they're normal, like, that's just boring. The most creative people and the people who have the most colorful energies are sometimes the most brilliant people to have in your life, because they inspire different outside of the box approaches to things. And I mean, there's a whole other element to weird that, like, no one wants to be around, but I wouldn't put Brian in that. I wouldn't put him in that
because I definitely put him in that box. That's where I had it.
I see a different Brian.
No, Brian's great. We met him like 4 or 5 years ago at a Comic-Con. Actually, Max and Dan met him, and then we met him.
No, we went to this little con in Ohio, and he just sat and talked about his book for a little bit. Yeah, Space Con. And that's
That's fair.
Hey Brian, check your Facebook Messenger. Check your Facebook Messenger.
But no, he's a cool dude, and very passionate about his book, and the art is just crazy out there. I love the art from Staunch Ambition.
I love how vibrant it is. Yeah.
We play a game called Remake Revolution, and
if you want to learn a thing or two about Brian, watch some of his episodes.
Oh man,
Brian always goes with these really ridiculous things, and he's always a lot of fun to have on. So the Brian that we see on that game versus the Brian that talks about Staunch Ambition, they're so vastly different. And but again, that's the creative side playing two different elements, and that's what we love them for.
But I guess you can understand where someone who could come up with this whole, fourth and fifth dimensional crazy comic book would also dig Madonna's long armpit hair.
Some of the music that I make.
Oh no!
There he is.
All right, guys, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
You can hear us?
Maybe not.
I love your shoulder, Brian. Let's just look at that the whole time.
Well, all I gotta say is Hallea agreed to grow out her armpit hair for the Staunch Ambition role.
She's not really committed right now.
No, not at all.
What's funny is that I've all the women who do, I've tried it. And it's so uncomfortable. It's like scratchy. It's not fun. I mean, at least I guess the first few, when you should, I guess this is the best way to say it. When you shave your face, the first bit is really like itchy.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that, but like you're sweating and it's being like jammed in your other arm. Like it's just not, I don't like it. I like being silky smooth, but for all of the people out there who do, I mean, like Madonna, go for it.
You have to fix it in post, Brian. That's what she's telling you.
You made my wall, dude.
Yeah, I have to admit I am kind of weird in some ways, but it's I think everybody is. And thank you, Hallea, for the kind. My brilliance, my weirdness of brilliance.
Got your back, bro.
You guys don't see it. You're not seeing it.
No, dude, we see it. We love you.
We see.
Brian, I'm super excited to get that trade.
Brian,
what's that? The trade? Oh yeah. Oh, Hallea last night sent me a refined demo version, and so we're working on a trailer to put together during the campaign. So at least a teaser trailer. So I'm kind of excited. My son and I listened to it last night in the surround sound, and all the anticipation of like what's it going to be like, because we had the first demo, and Hallea really like put together something special. So I'm really digging it.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like
really
it.
Dig it.
I'm like
yes.
I'm honored that your son likes it.
Oh, he's got great taste too.
I mean,
I'm sorry I gave you a heart attack. I sent her an email last night, and I'm like, this is not good! Exclamation mark. And then I'm like, this is amazing.
You wait 3 hours to say the amazing part.
Yeah. Email like, I did not enjoy this. I loved it.
I literally woke up this morning and that was the first thing I read, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
I was so honored by everything you said, and I'm glad that your son really liked it as well, because it's just like I was struggling with the second half of the second verse for so long, and when I get into that kind of stuff, I can't force it. It needs to sit, and I mean, obviously we have timelines, and God love Brian for the patience he has with me.
Well, he's a comic book guy. That's that's part of the biz right there.
I want art to be, like you said, you can't force it. So what good is it going to be for me to be impatient anyways? But no, I'd rather wait even on my own stuff and try, make sure it's as good as possible. Cause that's the only way you can actually do something worthwhile. I mean, if you rush it out, you print it, you're going to be stuck with it for all these years. And it's like, if you're not happy with it, then that's just not a good situation.
Yeah, exactly. It's better to just like take the time and be patient with when it comes to art than, push it and then just turn around and be like, ugh, I hate it every time I hear it,
So you got the next version right now, right?
I worked on that last night. Oh my god.
So I have it ready when her armpit hairs to her knees.
We're gonna need that by 5 tomorrow. I don't know what you're doing outside right now.
yeah.
Gardening.
As someone with perfectionism and ADHD, I get really caught up in paralysis by analysis. If you give me 5 weeks to do something, I will do it in the last 2 days of the 5 weeks. If you give me 2 days to do something, I'll do it in those 2 days. Like, that's where it's like putting a hard deadline that's not far out, because I'll just overthink it and overthink it and overthink it. And sometimes it's just like, just give me like a set amount of like not much time, and it will force me to push myself. And I'm still learning how to work with my ADHD when it comes to like professional pursuits and stuff like that and projects. Because it's just like it can be so overwhelming. And also like paralysis by analysis, thinking that it's not good enough or I'm not pulling my weight or whatever. So I'm still learning so much when it comes to making music in general. That like I said, I'm grateful for Brian and his patience, and also just assuring me that I was on the right path.
I got a question, because I'm an artist, but I never thought I planned on being in the spotlight like you as an actor. So, but I gung-ho gonna do this story. It won't let me go, and I start putting this stuff out, and then like years later, a few years in, I start thinking after a few issues out, I'm like, what have I done? I put all this stuff out there, and now I'm gonna get judged by it, and I'm like, you start to second guess and think, oh my gosh, is it good? And I mean, in your situation as an actor and then with music, I can imagine like I have inspiration and I want to tell stories and do amazing art, but then you start to think, oh boy, what am I doing here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I work for podcasting too, Brian. Every time we do a show, I listen to it and listen to it and listen to it and take notes. And I'm like, this guy.
Okay. Okay, it's normal.
I struggle with that when it comes to like self-tape auditions, those tapes that I do at home and then I have to set in. Like, I'm just overthinking it. I'm like, oh, is that scene good enough? Should I do it again? And it gets to like the hour and a half mark, and I'm like, this is only 6 pages. I need to send it in. But what I love about acting professionally, like being on set, is that you do the takes and then they move on. And the director will tell you if it's not good enough or what they want to change or whatever. But like once it's in the can, it's in the can, and I have to let go of it. Something that I'm actually talking to a producer about right now is turning some of my music into a film. And not like a musical or like a music video kind of thing, but like a music film. And I think what's so important is to have somebody else around to like focus it in, and be like, no, this is how we're gonna, we need to cut this off now, because you're just gonna overthink this for a million years and then it's gonna die on the vine. So a lot of my music, I am so close to just like releasing it in all of its like demo glory and all of its like premature, like amateur production glory, because I don't want it to die in the archive, because a lot of these songs still mean so much to me, even though they're not like professionally produced. And
I've listened to a lot of your music, and it's so cinematic, and I love movie scores, and your music, a lot of it is very cinematic.
Thank you. I definitely feel like that's where I find my most comfort, because with music, I don't have synesthesia where like actual colors affect me, but I have imagery in my head. When I hear a good song, I can feel like what kind of colors would be in the room of this song, what would be happening in this song if I were to make it into a music video. So I mean, music video directing might be something I go into, but when I'm making a song, I can identify, okay, this sound gives me this feeling, this is what I would be saying if I was in this sound. Like, I don't know how best to describe it, but like if I could stand within this sound and create a gallery around me, what would I fill that gallery up with? So when I was thinking about the Staunch Ambition stuff, like the imagery of that was so helpful, because the bright pinks and all of the neon like bright colors, but also this like deep, dark, extraterrestrial kind of feeling to it, has that lower vibrancy with the sprinkled highs. So I don't know how to explain that. Like, I feel like my mind's chaotic half the time. But yeah, it's cool.
Hallea, I just wanted to touch on something you're saying. With your ADHD, when you're acting or you're being directed, do you find at some point in time you're just kind of like done? Like you need to move on to the next thing, or like is it hard for you to work through that, or do you have trouble with that at all?
No, I have a hard time moving on. I have a hard time being like, oh, is that good enough? Like, I could do that again, like overthinking it. Like, I have been up late at night just overthinking like one thing I've done in a whole scene. Like we did fight scenes this season that we were going at it for like 8 hours, and I was like, let's do it again. And like but I mean, I think energy wise, there always comes a time, when you're doing 16-hour days, which we weren't doing in second season, but it was like at least 12-hour days, where it's like, oh, okay, like I need to move past this. But I found myself more on the end of, let's keep doing it. Like, I want to just keep doing it. I fell so deeply in love with acting this season, because I'm also, like I said, I'm new. Like, this is my first big series. I just fell so deeply in love with just being on set and getting to know the community of people who make film possible. And if I could just like go and do it again and again and again, like I feel at home there. I don't feel like my ADHD has any control over me in a negative way when I'm on set. I feel like it fuels me in positive ways that I never found in school and I never found elsewhere. Like, it helps me focus in, because I'm also on ADHD medication, but like I found that filming was just like this escape for me into something that just felt so authentically me, and it felt so at home. Like, I always felt at home there.
That's super cool. All right.
Hallea, I want to thank you so much for joining us today and coming on and chatting and staying in touch. And I hope
give you that break from gardening and getting grocery shopping.
Thanks so much for having me. Sorry about my tardiness. I can't believe that I was walking along, I'm gonna go get my Starbucks, get my groceries, and I was like, so here we are. I'm glad I got to chat with you guys. Always lovely.
Absolutely. And we'll have to get you on closer to the release of Locke and Key too.
Definitely. I would love to chat with you guys again when Locke and Key comes out. Yeah.
Awesome. Again, thank you for staying in touch. You have a great time.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the next time you make ice cream, it's a lot more successful than the
Less
full
milk.
soup that you made.
Less milk. That's
Yeah.
the key.
Or more milk. We'll never know.
You know,
That's a slushy.
Full circle.
Some milk slushies. That doesn't sound terrible at all.
That's fantastic.
It's still yummy, and so I don't. Whatever way it is, it's still yummy.
I feel the lactose in my blood.
Sure, that's acting. Oh,
Bye,
this is
Hallea.
great.
Everybody follow Hallea at Hallea Jones on Instagram, Twitter. Instagram's hilarious. Definitely check it out. But hey, Brian, I want to pitch you for next week's show. This is the idea I have. So you're joining us next week.
I don't know. Is Max going to be there?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm going to grow out my armpit hair to make you feel more comfortable.
All right, that may be very like me.
Find out for you, buddy.
I don't know if she got that inside joke, but she went with it.
I enjoyed it.
So what I'm thinking is a spinoff to Remake Revolution. So hear me out. So we got Brian as the judge, Max versus John, and they are going to pitch Brian the movie version of Staunch Ambition.
Oh, that would be fun, man. That would be fun.
And,
I like that.
That would be fun, man. That's a good idea.
It won't be just one judge because I want to include everybody. So we'll have Justin and Dan also help with the judging. But
I'll be the prime judge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can overrule all of our opinions. That's fine. That's your thing.
Joan!
Brian.
Things online.
Justin will leave now.
But that's not really fair, though. That's not really fair, though, because John is such an inside track on Staunch Ambition. Like, he has really had a lot more involvement in everything going on.
Yeah, but you might be able to think out of the box, Max. Come on, you got it.
Oh no, I'm afraid of John in that. Like that'd be good.
Afraid of John.
I'm down.
Hey.
But I'm saying he's in the inner workings. He's getting.
You'll never know what impresses me, man. You'll never know what impresses me. I'm all over the map. It's amazing I could get a story out when I got 1 million avenues to go, and it's like I finally decide I have to go in this direction.
And John, that could hurt John because he could pitch something. Brian would be like, you know what? I'm looking for something more unique that I wasn't necessarily thinking about.
I'll be like, yeah, that's interesting, John.
The world is dumb for not having
I've somehow heard this story before.
Oh, wait, that's my actual story.
Brian, thank you so much for jumping on here last minute and joining us for the tail end of the.
Yeah, I was glad I can help out in the beginning. Halea's great. She's a natural, man. She's such a natural that I'm trying to learn from people like her because I'm so like weird.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
I thought you more of that sentence. You just stopped. I was like, all right.
That's what we were saying.
Anyways, man, I love you guys. Thanks for the support. I look forward to the Remake Revolution next week. And if we don't have something comparable to some armpit hair, you guys are in trouble.
I'll show you what I got. That's what I was born with.
Whoa! Does the camera go down that long?
The internet has canceled Justin.
Wow.
Oh no!
Wow. Better be careful, buddy.
I wear a tank top next week.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, no muscle shirts for everyone.
You guys are great. I look forward to seeing you.
All right, Brian.
See you,
Thank you, Brian.
Take care.
That's fun.
That's
seriously, Halea's great. A few weeks ago, I've had a friend who was going through some stuff. I messaged Hallea, hey, do you mind sending a quick 30-second video? And she got it to me within a few hours. And we've stayed in touch through email. I think she's fantastic.
That's cool.
Like I said, I think your Instagram is super funny. Obviously, you guys got to hear a taste of some of her funny stories and stuff. And
called out her dating life.
Milkshake mishaps.
Dude, she put it all over. Like, I was impressed. Like, I don't have the balls to go online and be like, I like this person. Like, you're watching, I'm DTF. I'm DTF. Just hit me up and we can get together.
You heard that, internet. You heard that, internet. Jason's DTF. Official. Go get you some of that.
Speaking of ladies, I am DTF, and feel free to hit me up.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Can we end today's show? That's how we end
it.
Jason's DTF.
Nobody watches the show anyway.
I love podcasts.
And so is message to Tim, buddy.
You've lost your balls.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that's
Oh,
a good.
my.
I like that. That's a good.
That was good. I love that when you actually used it with.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh
Everybody,
man.
join Max and I in supporting Staunch Ambition. I'm sure Dan and Justin are right behind us.
Yeah, I joined the
Doing that.
Kickstarter as soon as we started talking about it on the cast. So
Yeah,
I'm in there
email
too.
and I forgot about it, but I'll get back on there.
No, I'm excited.
Sorry, dude.
I'm excited about the trade because like I hate reading single issues because I.
We should do it for the monthly poll.
I think I have.
we can do. Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
I think I have 2 copies of the first 3 editions. So
I need to borrow those from
I don't
you.
think I need the full.
If we're doing this next week, I need to borrow those from you because I need to read up on it. Like
Yeah,
I've only read the comic book at Brian's stall at Comic Cons. Like I've never actually because again, like I hate buying singles. So
I bought those because
I
of the
hate
covers,
everything.
though.
Sorry, Dan.
They're nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, the art is incredible. Like it's out of this world.
I backed Staunch Ambition 3 and I got all of the issues, and then I backed Firehouse and I got all of the issues. And then I just backed Staunch Ambition again. And I'm getting all of the back issues again. So
yeah, no, I bought the Firehouse trade or the graphic novel when when we were there. And I was happy to have that, but I was, it's like, I mean, the Staunch Ambition, again, is like great art. Everything looks super cool, but I just don't want to buy single issues. I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, how many comic books have a relevant actress working on a hot show, writing music for their book? Like that is,
and modeling for the one of the characters and stuff. Like that's super cool. Yeah.
So again, first off, thank you to Kathleen Wass. Kathleen, you were fantastic, and you mixed in with our group very well. Anytime you want to come on and talk trash against Tim, you are more than welcome. Tim, we'll have you on one of these days to defend yourself. And
she should do a Doctor Who cast or something. We could feature with Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old and new.
Old and wait a minute. He's saying I'm old and Doctor Who.
No, I'm just saying.
I want the podcast to end as soon as Dan said, "Wait a minute." Wait a minute.
I'm the angry old guy
You like
now.
the old school Doctor Who. You know about the old school Doctor Who, and she obviously you know about the new school stuff, but that's where she's more into. So I'm just saying. Yes.
That's nice. That's beautiful.
Oh my
I
God,
like that a lot.
Is that the first time we got to use the Max Planning card?
Yeah, I've been waiting for a month.
That's cool.
Yes. Oh my God.
Awesome.
Thank you, Justin, for that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
When are we going to act out our favorite top 5 movie lines?
Oh goodness sake!
Why don't all
I'm
do
not involved in that podcast. I do not. I do not condone.
You did condone it. If you scroll way up on the Facebook chat there, you're like, yeah.
I'm not going to be there. Go for it.
Get to the chopper.
We will do that with Trish Rayoni on June 6th.
Okay.
All right. Good times.
Because honestly, like I've been wandering around thinking about them. So what's better than that?
Up at night.
Yeah. Like what's? I've seen a lot of movies, guys.
He left us.
Oh man! All right.
But general, everybody have no man.
Dan's gonna do like a 45-minute freaking monologue.
It's like a soliloquy of his favorite lines. I would watch that. Just Dan just center focus on a camera. Just
alas,
General, I have no man.
Again, check out Kathleen Wass, Funny Science Fiction. Check out Hallea at Hallea Jones on all of the fun social medias. Check out Brian Lau next week on our show. He's going to be on for the full 2 hours, and we've also got Sherry Nelson joining us next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually going to ask Sherry to host Remake Revolution, so I won't have anything to do. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the show with the rest of the audience.
Oh, you just be a lousy producer?
Yeah. I am a fantastic
late again, Jason.
3 Geeks podcast. Check out the Scene Snobs at scenesnobs.com. Check out our website. I have revamped it. It's not great, but it's better. 3geeks.ninja. It will be better. It will be great. And then Justin and I are going to be doing a new intro sometime next weekend. So this intro is going bye-bye. This might be the last time you saw it. Knowing Justin and I, you'll probably see the old one again.
It'll be like September before you see one if we're knowing our progression of planning.
Like, yeah, we're working hard. It's coming out still. We're working on it.
Top men, Max. Top men.
Spare no expense.
And you can check out Max on his OnlyFans. Type in @blacksmith. Have a great day.
No, don't. That's not a real thing.
His OnlyFans.
That's not a real thing. Just let's no, that's not a real thing. I'll let you know when I start my OnlyFans.
Blacksmith Prime.
No, I don't want. Hey, okay, like whoever actually has that OnlyFans, I'm not trying to send that dude money. I'll let you know when I start on my OnlyFans.
But support that dude too.
Yeah,
whatever. That dude sucks. Fuck that guy. I hate that guy. I hate everything.